If you are looking for a no credit check business line of credit that helps you build business credit this year, I've got great news for you. I first want you to think about Capitus. So Capitus allows you to actually borrow a maximum of $750,000, and they'll report your payment every single month. Okay, back to the credit bureaus. Two of them they have Dun and Bradstreet and also Experian Business. So that's really good. So Capitus is a great business line of credit to actually consider if you are looking for a no credit check business line of credit, and you have a repayment terms 12 to 36 months. Okay, you do have a series of options when it comes to payment. So you can actually choose to pay a daily, weekly, or a monthly basis every cash that you tap into the business line of credit. So that's really good. And so the company is called Capital's Financing Network. Okay, and you are able to get things done a lot fast. And Capital's actually will give you, I think I've said this before, up to $750,000. And also, they report to Dun and Bradstreet every month in some cases. Okay, Dun and Bradstreet, and every 2 months to another credit bureau. One thing I want to tell you here is that the for Capitus, the process is pretty straightforward. Okay, you just have to complete the short online application, and once you do, you send the info to a Capitus. They will assign a professional to you. Let's say a Capitus funding expert. So they call it your financing specialist. Okay, and then based on your application, they'll give you up to 6 offers, and you can compare and contrast which offer is best for you depending on your financial situation, and then you can choose. You can make a decision. Okay, you can finalize your agreement, and you can really just use the cash as much as possible. So that's really good. With Capitus, they want you to have at least 2 years in business, and you got to have an annual revenue of $180,000. Okay, in some cases they will ask you for a FICO score, but usually they do not even check your credit at all. But depending on your niche, some industries are more quote unquote riskier than others. So if your industry is a little risky, they might actually do a credit check, but usually they do not do credit check at all. So that's fantastic. If you're looking for a no credit check business line of credit that builds business credit this year, I want you to think about Idea Financial. Okay, Idea Financial allows you to build business credit in multiple ways. First of all, they report your payment history to all three business credit bureaus, to Dun and Bradstreet, to Equifax Business, and Experian Business, and they do so every other month. So they do it 6 times a year. Okay, and so Idea is really good also in terms of giving you the cash you need for your business. So you can actually qualify for a maximum of $275,000. So that's the maximum of a revolving line of credit. You have repayment terms of up to 18 months. So that's kind of cool because it gives you a lot of flexibility. Up to 18 months, you are able to pay whenever you can. They want you to really have at least to generate at least $15,000 in monthly revenue to actually qualify for this no credit check business line of credit. Okay, so minimum of $15,000 monthly revenue, and they want you to really you should not be a sole proprietorship, or it should be a company. Let me just say it this way: it should be a company. So if you are a sole proprietorship, they will not approve you. If you are a nonprofit entity, they're not going to work with you. Okay, and there are some cases kind of sort of similar to Capitus. There are some cases where they will check your credit. Usually they don't check your credit, but if you are, let's say, in a sensitive industry like let's say I don't know, like even healthcare, for instance, they'll do a credit check just to make sure that they're covering their back. Okay, that's what it is. But the cool thing is that you are able to qualify real fast through Idea Financial. So the number, if you're interested to actually call to contact today, is 1-855-900-7838. So 855-900-7838. And so you're able to get what you need, okay, and very fast. So that's really fantastic. But just remember that you got to have at least $15,000 in monthly revenue to actually qualify for their business line of credit. If you're looking for a no credit check business line of credit that helps you build business credit, I want you to think about SmartBiz today. SmartBiz doesn't actually report your transactions to all three business credit bureaus. They only report to Dun and Bradstreet, but it's still good anyway. I mean, your ability to actually build credit real fast, okay? And SmartBiz will actually give you a maximum amount depending on the industry you're in, but the maximum amount is $100,000. I mean, they're not that generous, but hey, listen, money is money, right? You're getting $100,000 maximum, and you are able to draw funds anytime over a 24-month period, okay? And if you don't owe a balance, no payment is due. So with SmartBiz, you have a lot of flexibility, okay? And so you are able to know exactly what happened. You also have predictable payments. So with 36-month repayment terms, you can enjoy once a month payments, not the daily or weekly burden common with other lenders. I mean, there are some lenders that want you to really pay them back every week or every day. Okay, with SmartBiz, you don't have that sort of that constraint. Okay, you have a lot of flexibility. One thing I want to say here is that with SmartBiz, you do have a lot of flexibility in terms of what you can use the cash for, and in some cases they'll be fine if you actually draw up the totality of funds anyway. Okay, but usually they do have some restrictions in terms of industry. You need to really contact them to see what kind of industries they are restricting and what they're allowing. But usually, in general, they will allow all industries. Okay, as long as you're not doing anything a little sensitive like marijuana or adults, whatever, they'll take care of you. Not a problem. Okay, and so your monthly payments through a SmartBiz are based on the amount that you actually use. Your interest rate will be from 12% to 28%. Okay, you will actually pay a one-time 6% origination fee at closing and a flat $750 in closing costs. So just be aware of that, and those are standard. That's what they charge everybody anyway. Now there is an additional fee. So on the first anniversary of the line of credit funding, the partner lender will charge actually a 1% annual management fee based on the approved line of credit amount. So just be aware of that. If you're looking for a no credit check business line of credit that helps you build business credit, I want you to think about National Business Capital, NBC. So NBC actually will report your transactional activity to the three business credit bureaus every single month. Every single month, you have your activity, your payments been reported. So that really is good because it helps you build credit real fast, build business credit real fast. Now, how much you get actually depend on the industry you're in, but they will give you a maximum of $250,000. But you can also qualify for a maximum line amount of $10 million. But you need to be in business for at least 3 months. If you are in business for at least 3 months, you can qualify for that. Okay, and you could draw funds on as needed basis, and the time to actually fund goes from 24 to 48 hours. So just be aware of that. And what I want to say also is that you are able to get even if you have a low FICO score, that's fine because they don't check your credit anyway. Okay, they will check your financials, your company's financials. They like it if you have been in business for a while. Okay, that's something to really think about. But the good thing about NBC, that's National Business Capital, is that you are able to get a business line of credit, but also a business loan if for any reason you do not really qualify. Okay, and what I want to say also is that you are able to qualify real fast, no matter the industry you're in. You can use the National Business Capital line of credit. You can use the cash for everything. You can use the cash to bridge cash flow gaps during seasonal slumps, or you can use it as a rainy day fund, actually. There are no restrictions on how you can use it. You can use the business line of credit from NBC to cover any cost or opportunities that you face in your business. And one thing I want to say also is that I want to really insist on the generous line that you have with NBC. You are looking at $10 million maximum. Okay, so if you have a growing business, if you have a business that really that really sucks a lot of funding, a lot of liquidity, then think about NBC this year. If you're looking for a no credit check business line of credit that really helps you build the business credit this year, I want you to think about financing solutions. And financing solutions will report your data to Dun and Bradstreet every 2 months. So 6 times a year, financing solutions will actually will help you build business credit. Will help you have a actually a paydesk score. They don't report to Equifax business. They don't report to Experian business. But hey, listen, if you care about building business credit at all, think about financing solutions this year. And you do have a pretty straightforward step by step when it comes to applying for this business line of credit. So basically, you fill out a 2-minute application. So no docs and no credit check. Okay, this is just a simple survey, and then they'll give you a couple of offers. You want to review and sign the offer letter. Okay, and so that will be that depends on what kind of info you provide to them, and but then you have to send simple business documents. I'm speaking here about your financials, so your financial statements, your balance sheets, your income statements, your cash flow statements, and your statement of owner's equity. They'll ask you for your business plan also. They'll also ask you in some cases of your tax returns for the last 2 years. So basically your 1065 or your 1120 S or 1120 for the last 2 years. They do not actually lend to you if you are a sole proprietorship. So, or you are a sole proprietorship or a nonprofit entity, they're not going to lend to you. They're not going to lend to you. But with this company, Financing Solutions, you are able to get your business line of credit within 72 hours. Okay. But again, they will report your data to Dun and Bradstreet primarily. Okay. So you're able to build up your beta score, and they do so every month. So that's really good in terms of flexibility. Every single month, they will report your data to Dun and Bradstreet. And so within 6 months or 9 months, you're able to see your beta score actually take shape. So that's really good. And what I want to say here is that with financing solutions, they are also they have a customer service department that's really responsive. So they will answer all questions you have, and that's really fantastic. If you are trying to, if you're looking for a no credit check business line of credit that helps you build business credit, I want you to think about Greenbox Financial. And this is another player that actually report to all three business credit bureau credit agencies, but they do so every 3 months. So 4 times a year, they will report your data to Dun and Bradstreet, to Equifax Business, but also Experience. Okay, that's really good. And the maximum you can qualify for through Greenbox Capital is 500,000. 500,000, you are able to get the cash and do whatever you want. Okay, and so usually the process for approval is really similar in the sense that they want you to gather 3 months of bank statements and other records. But by other records, they mean your tax statements, but also your tax returns, but also your financial statements. And so they will. So once you gather the paperwork, you want to choose a funding. A funding advisor through Greenbox Capital will reach out to you within 1 hour during regular business hours to complete your application and discuss your funding options. So that's kind of cool. Then the third step is once you and your funding advisor determine what funding option works for your business, your funds can be approved and deposited within 24 hours. So within 24, sometimes they say within 24 hours, but it's even shorter than that. Within 12 hours, you get your cash in your account real fast. And finally, you just set the repayment terms. So payments will be automatically deducted from your business's daily or weekly debit and credit card sales, and payment amounts will be based on your sales. So basically, Greenbox will tie your cash outflow to your cash inflow. Okay, so that's really good. But one thing I want to say here is that if you want to apply real fast, just make sure you have your business revenue, your cash flow based on your bank balances over time, your vendor payment history, your years in business, your industry type, public records, and your personal credit. Even though your personal credit doesn't really, it's not going to matter that much for them when it comes to this company approving you. So if you are looking for a business line of credit that doesn't check credit, okay, and helps you build business credit real fast, I want you to think about Clarify Capital. And Clarify Capital will report your data to Dun and Bradstreet, but also Equifax Business. So there are only two. They don't report to Experian Business as of the date of this show. Okay, but hey, listen, there's still two. Says two credit bureaus, so that's really good. The most important thing, and when you think about it, the most important thing is Dun and Bradstreet. Okay, you want to have reporting to Dun and Bradstreet. So they do so every other month. So they do it 6 months a year. That's what Clarify Capital does. Okay, and you are able to get your cash real fast too. So how much can you qualify for? Let's talk about that. Well, it really depends. It really depends, but at a minimum, you can have like 5,000, and at a maximum, you can get all the way to 500,000. Okay, it really depends also on your operational history and also your relationship with Clarify Capital. So the longer the relationship you have with them, the better they will work with you. They'll make sure that you get the best the best deal possible. Okay, and you can get funded real fast too. You can get funded within 1 or 2 days if conditions are normal. But if we have an exceptional situation, you never know. Like this might take us 3 to 4 business days to actually get funded. But overall, Clarify Capital is a great institution. They have customer service that respond to all questions that you may have. Okay, they'll help you out. They'll look at your application and they will see what kind of setup you can have to actually boost your payment ability. And one thing I want to say also is that when it comes to this business line of credit, you are also able to build business credit real fast by other products that Clarify Capital brings to the market. In other words, this lender also has business loans. So if you're interested in business loan, also you are able to take advantage of their offer. Okay. I mean, today's conversation, we're just focusing on business line of credit without a credit check. But Clarify Capital has other business funding options for you this year if you are trying to really get the best of the best. Okay. One thing I also want to say here is that you have to really understand that with Clarify Capital, they will look at your inflow, your cash inflow. So for them to really set the amount they will lend to you as a small business, you got to really show them how much you're bringing in the business, and then based on that, they will actually approve you for a certain amount. So that's really it. And also, they don't have. I think I have to say that they don't have restrictions on the amount. I mean, not the amount. Restrictions on what you can use the cash flow for, the cash for. That's really good, and you are able to get funded within 72 hours. 72 hours, okay. And I just need to say that Clarify Capital is not a direct lender. They work with more than 75 lenders with different requirements, rates, and payment terms, okay. So you will be funded faster, but just remember that the drawback, the flip side of this thing is when you have a loan marketplace such as LendU or Clarify Capital or NBC, National Business Capital, is that you might have your data actually being passed around from one lender to another. So, which means you might be called, you might get calls, cold calls from those lenders. So the takeaway into this conversation, I share with you a 7 no credit check business line of credits that really helps you. They help you build business credit. So you have Capitals, Idea Financial, Smart Biz, National Business Capital, Financing Solutions, Greenbox Capital, and Clarify Capital. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.